Hey again, everyone. Sorry it's been a small while. It is for you, but it hasn't been for me. I was just taking a bit of an extended break since the last video, since it turned out to be a much bigger commitment than I originally anticipated. I did definitely have fun with it, though, so no complaints. Well, mostly no complaints. Alright. That said, moving on, we are doing Signalis today by the recommendation of literally being gifted to it by a friend. I believe their exact words were Robot Yuri. So, no delaying any further. Let's get into it. Initializing replica system calibration. Interesting. Great holes secretly are digged where Earth's pores ought to suffice. What? Is can't even pretend to understand that. Mouse aim cursor, always control style standard. I don't know any better. Technically, I do have a controller somewhere, but I believe for the purposes of most games, I should stick to the default mouse and keyboard. Text speed normal. I'm assuming that's the speed at which that text at the bottom is moving in. Combat accessibility. Is there an easy? Casual. Adjust the difficulty of inventory management? Emergency requisition for those who struggle with managing inventory space. Rule of 6 for experienced survival horror fans. Rule of 6. I am reminded of a time when I used to watch my father play horror games, especially older Resident Evil styles. And I do recall that in those games you could only carry a maximum of 6 to 8 items. I wonder if that's what this is referring to. So that was you have unapplied settings. Alright, let's see. For now, I'll leave that on casual because most common factor, but I'll leave this on revised since it was the default. That said, let's see. Recommended settings in blue. Interesting. Standard. Tank controls. Supposedly there's benefits to both, but you know, I'm a modern gamer. Standard is standard. Advanced. Automatically reload the current weapon when firing with an empty magazine. I think I'll leave that off because I don't know how this game looks. I've barely even looked at any gameplay on of it. As I said, this game was gifted to me by a friend. I did not go out looking for it. But I'm going to leave this off because I imagine that there will be situations where I might be clicking the last round of a magazine, and then if reloading is an uninterruptible action, I could get stuck in an unpleasant situation when switching to a different weapon will be preferable. So I'll leave that. Invert y-axis. Standard. Inverted. I never like it when games have the y-axis inverted as standard. Like, in my opinion, genuinely, what is the purpose of y-axis inversion? Like, why would you want up to push yourself down? Maybe that makes sense for, like, a flight sim or something, but not most games. Photosensitivity mode. I'll leave that off, yeah. I don't have any sensitivities, thankfully. Prevent overhealing. Prevents the use of healing items when they would have no effect. That's actually a very lovely feature. I'm glad that that's a feature. Quick EIG. Automatically equips available stun prods when appropriate. I don't mind settings like this, but in my opinion, there are most games have a handful of settings that are very specific to the game itself and can't easily be explained at this point in time without spoiling at least some gameplay mechanics. In situations like this, I do believe that the best way to handle it will be diegetically. Like, when you go into the world and find these stun prods, then the game could give you a quick explanation and then give you the option whether you would like that setting enabled or not. I do believe more choices is always better, of course, but stuff like this can cause some hesitation. Otherwise, let's see. Display, fullness, clearly visible. So that the middle emblem is barely visible. That is barely visible, but admittedly it is darker than I'd like. The intensity of screen shaking. I'll be honest, I really love this dragging movement. I'll leave that at 1. Come on. There we go. Huh. Set this to your monitors. I wonder if that is the default setting or something else. Otherwise, graphics. For the ultimate retro experience, a resolution of 1080p or higher is required for this setting. I'm sorry, 1080p or higher for the ultimate retro experience? I don't think so. Pixel reference grid, all boxes should be filled and should be square and filled with an even checkerboard. I mean, this looks good, but it says with an even checkerboard, and only these 4 in the cardinal directions are a full checkerboard. Otherwise, there is a very clear X in the middle. I'm gonna leave that as is for now, but if this is a sign of something wrong, then I will say that I was properly warned. Master volume. I can edit most of this in post anyway, so I'll leave it as is. Controls. Sprint style hold. Holding or toggle can vary greatly, but in a game like this, I reckon hold would be best. Aim, swap aim controls. Swaps left and right stick while aiming. Okay, so this is meant for a controller. Mouse sensitivity. Quick radio. Huh. Alright, here's the keyboard controls. South, west, east, south. No north. Weird. Short thumb, long thumb, east style. There are some things I will never understand because I was never taught. Ah well. Default, ready weapon, tune radio, fire weapon, reload, use tool. This get. I mean, my mouse does have buttons on the side. I wonder if that's diegetic or not diegetic. Like, if it has the capability of reading the mouse, because I normally use a normal mouse, but I decided to switch to a wireless mouse for this one, and it does have 2 buttons on the side. They're meant for page navigation for the most part. One pushes you back a page, one forward a page, but if it can take advantage of those, that's pretty nifty in all honesty. But for now, I think I'll simply use the main mouse keys that everyone will have, 1 and 2, and the scroll wheel, because while some mouses don't have scroll wheels, most do. Otherwise, alright, mostly self-explanatory, and I imagine it'll be gone over in the game anyway, so I believe that'll be all. Keep these settings, yes. Complete calibration. I'll probably skip most of this, being honest. System calibrated. Some parts of this game may be considered violent or cruel. Promising. Signalis. Oh, I love that. Press any key. Profile 01. Hold any key to switch profile. What's that say in the lower left? 2024? This only came out last year? Gosh, time doesn't feel real anymore. PC, Steam 1.2.2, Krahe -R49. Well, no use stalling. Let me go ahead and start a timer. 2 hours. Is that German? I believe it's German. I don't know that language, unfortunately. I only know English, but I do recognize act tone. What's that mean? Warning, I think? Well, while interesting, I didn't think there will be something like that on the main screen. No dallying. Come on. Oh, I love this. And the eyelid moves and blinks. That's beautiful. Alright, first. Okay. That was something. Oh, I just noticed that it even focuses. Gonna take a quick look at settings. Alright, it's just what we started the game. Begin. Wake up. Does she stand like that? I suppose so. Okay. Standard WASD, so that's clear. So this is something in the middle of the room. Some kind of pod. Mouse click don't do nothing for now. Anything else before we go down the main way? Is shift sprint? Yes. Interesting. She doesn't go into a running stance. Her her stride just gets longer. Very interesting. Okay, so that's a click. I imagine space would work too, though. Okay. No entry. Can I try? Anyway. The lock is defective. This door cannot be opened. Very interesting. What about the others? Alright. Oh. So here... Come on. Interesting. Let's head down first. Okay. What about over here? No entry. Lock's defective. Side passage. Oh dear. Actone decompression. Operation Penrose. I'm going to assume that says something along the lines of decompression risk. Insert keycard. Airlock key required. Okay. Maybe right click? Okay, right click. There's an Ava suit in the case. So not an Eva suit for extracurricular vehicular activity or something along those lines, but an Ava. I assume an atmospheric vehicular suit? That looks like something, but nothing happened, so I'm gonna assume it's nothing. Looks like someone took a suit already. The suit has been removed from the case. So, I'm not alone. Or at least, I wasn't alone. Someone took suit A. I wonder if these symbols are specific to this suit, so if this suit was a different model than this one. I don't suppose I can look at the symbols? No. Very interesting. And I imagine that first-person perspective is gonna be used to great effect later. For now, further down. Oh. A cockpit, eh? A photo. A faded photograph is stuck to the LDAM controls, or LDAM. Pick up photograph. Well, the hair color is wrong, so that isn't me. It's someone else. Picked up photograph. What was that? The landing and docking assist monitor. It's of no use to me now. Okay, that explains that. The port controls panel. There has been a critical system failure due to the hard landing. The starboard controls panel. The controls aren't responding to any input. Probably an electrical failure. Also a kinetic failure. Interesting how these buttons are mirrored. The ship's control panel. It's a lost cause. Well, normally, while that is unfortunately the case, most ships can be driven from their engines as well, though obviously it's not the most ideal method. What are we looking at here? The ship's control panel. Judging from the readout, there's no chance it'll ever fly again. Promising. I don't suppose anything else will do anything. Okay, so this is the front of the ship. Okay, tab is inventory. Looks like we start with 6 slots. Or, no, this is something else. Because I imagine this... You can't see my mouse here, unfortunately, but I imagine this big panel with the pluses is a more concrete inventory. So, these top slots will be key items, I suppose? Photograph. A photograph taken on self-developing film. Despite the damage, Ariane Young can still be seen on it. Diagnostics. No module, memory, no data. Well, that's not good. Hypersensitive, fragmented, overclustered, catatonic. System psychogram. Health status, nominal. And then a bunch of meters at the bottom. I wonder if those symbols on the left of the health meter, and I am assuming that's a health meter, are perhaps status effects of some kind. Oh, bottom left again. Generation 5... Shift Technica Replica. But I can't understand that second word. Landvermissung? Definitely German. Okay, S for the map. Forward hull, flight deck, airlock, upper gallery. Okay, so... Penrose 512. Maintenance lower deck. So I woke up in maintenance, went to the lower gallery, to the upper gallery, and I suppose it's time to go forward, or I suppose back. Action menu. Use, combine, inspect. I can't use this here. The classic. Inspect them. It looks like the pigment was damaged by time and exposure to the elements. Alright, and this pattern on the back. Because that's definitely a pattern of some kind. That doesn't make any mention of it. So we're just gonna have to remember it. Alright, top left, top right, middle, bottom right. We'll see if we can remember that. And caps lock acts as a primary map. Unusual, normally... Nice shadow. Normally that's tabbed, but very doable. Okay, F is a keyboard control for that. No entry. Penrose. Otherwise, it's in German. Penrose Type Vessel Field Operations Manual. Penrose type vessels of the USON People's Navy are low-cost space exploration vessels deployed beyond the solar system's edge in the search for planets and moons fit for habitation or rich in natural resources to support the continuous growth of our great nation. All Penrose vessels are piloted by a Gestalt Scout officer supported by a Land Survey Ship Technician Replica, LSTR. This partner system of Gestalt Replica cooperation has proved successful in countless previous Scout operations. Mutual control and support allow both the Gestalt officer and the Technician Replica to perform at their optimal capacity. Once a vessel is catapulted towards the edge of the solar system by an orbital mass driver, the pilot may adjust the course from the flight deck, while the replica will take care of mechanical maintenance of the vessel. So, I am maintenance equipment, as in my character is. So the person who took the other suit is presumably the pilot, the scout. Where am I? Stern Hall. Okay. A mess. Smeared diary page. Woke up from cryo. In empty mess hall. I was wondering. Elster's looking out for the flight deck. Like some lost in thought. Sometimes I feel like is home. Cycle 57. Anything else of note? A treadmill. So this must be a recreation? Personnel. Oh, I see it. That's a bed. Alright. Destiny. We already know this is empty. Ah, the code. I actually do remember. Empty as a grave. Still though, why would it be engaged if the occupant left? 2 pieces of a key snapped in half lie inside the cryogenic pod. I betcha that's the airlock key card. Pick up airlock key? Sure. Picked up airlock key. Not gonna be much use snapped in half like that, though. Huh? Are these open before? Inspect. Penrose 512, Scout Vehicle Status Monitor. Status, critical system failure detected. Location, unknown planetary surface. Report. Crew status, A. Young. Ah, so the person in the picture was this person. Just all pilot, no signal. Replica unit, active, mess hall. So this is a mess hall. Hard landing on surface has damaged critical systems. Warning, surface temperature critically low. Wear protective clothing during AVA. Okay. 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 Before I pick up that tape, let's see what this is. Oh, it's a book. I thought it might have been a different kind of card. LSTR features. That's me. Repair logic module. Serving our great nation as ship technicians aboard the scout vessels of the Penrose program, LSTR type replicas like yourself. That must be a funny concept, having an instruction manual for yourself. I'm definitely sure some people would want that, though. Are equipped with a specialized repair logic module, RLM, allowing them to quickly and easily repair both themselves and important mission equipment. Accessing the RLM functions. Enter the inventory screen by pressing Tab. Select the item to repair with A and D. Press F to open the command menu. Select the Combine option to enter Combine mode. While in Combine mode, select the second item to repair. Press F again to combine both items. To repair damage to the replica body, select the suitable repair item and simply choose the Use option from the command menu. Sometimes it can be helpful to take a good look at an object from all sides. Select the Inspect option in the command menu to enter Inspect mode. While in Inspect mode, use WASD to rotate the item to look at it from all sides. Of course, that does raise a question. Assuming that me and the pilot are the only ones in here, how would the pilot use the keycard to leave, presumably, and then, without coming back on the ship, break the keycard and lock it in her own cryopod? Well, let's take this tape. Pick up adhesive tape. Picked up adhesive tape. It snapped in half. I'm honestly impressed that it snapped in half. In my experience, most cards of this nature will simply bend into uselessness, though perhaps this is a security feature. If I can find a way to hold both halves together precisely, it might still work. Oh, so they have their own thoughts on the matter. Ariane Young. Okay. So, inspecting an item will automatically put down your thoughts on the item, I suppose. Adhesive tape. A transparent polypropylene-based pressure-sensitive tape that can be used for joining, sealing, attaching, and mending. A small roll of adhesive tape. If I'm not mistaken, that means it's double-sided? Oh. Doesn't take a genius to know what's going on here. Oh, and they even made sure to leave the magnetic strip on the back unobstructed. Nice. The magnetic strip is lined up perfectly, so it should work again. Maybe I should have waited and tried to use the broken card before I fixed it, but too late now. Just to make sure I'm not missing anything on the map. It's a bit tricky to navigate. Toggle map scrolling. So I have to toggle map scrolling, otherwise my WASD will keep messing with it. Alright, I like that. It is a bit clunky, but I like it. Oh, oops. Actually, that is interesting, that the airlock is on... Well, I guess... I want to call it a basement, but... A pale sky stretches beyond the hatch. Wait, hatch? So, that isn't a door, this is a lift. Oh. We are actively open to the sky, aren't we? Okay, hopefully that unlocks when I use the card. Use airlock key? Yes. Used airlock key. Oh, I'm in control. Admittedly, there's always something foreboding about this kind of place. A pale white abyss with mysterious pillars jutting out randomly. Though I do believe, very faintly in the distance, there remains a hint of a structure. Well, if I'd be anyway. Proceed. That would be a nightmare with feet, let alone these little pointy legs. Though I do like the look. Looks like I found shelter here from the blizzard. There's no point going up again right now. I will argue a hole in the ground is one of the worst places to take shelter from a blizzard. But maybe the wind's going so fast that hardly anything falls. Hole in the wall. There's a strange hole leading deep into the ground. There's a faint light glowing in the deep. Crawl into the hole. No choice. Oh gosh, they're really gonna push this every chance they have. I dig it. I dig it. But it is very disconcerting. A bunker? I can't click on the hole I came from. Either that's a tiny hole or it isn't there anymore. A heavy safe box wrapped in chains and locks. The national flag. Yukon, presumably. Dark pictures of a coastline and an island. Are they photographs? Where will this lamp get electricity from? Is this some secret underground base? More of a bunker if it's only this room. A dusty bed. The sheets have a weird texture, like some sort of leather. Textbooks on radio operation. They look old and worn. Old Imperial cereals. I'm pretty sure these are banned. I wonder if the Imperials were a different part of a different nation, perhaps. A radio. A very eye-catching book. An old wooden wardrobe. A light switch. I'd rather not turn it off. Fair enough. The door won't open. Where could it possibly lead to? I'd be more concerned about the red light, but to each their own. Oh, I recognize that book cover anywhere. An ancient-looking tome is lying on the table. It feels like it is calling to me. Pick up the king and yell? No, not yet. A radio transmitter. It seems to be connected to the computer. The computer screen is blank. Is this perhaps a switch? Alright, let's pick up the book. Picked up The King in Yellow. I've never read this. Chapter 1. I believe synchronization. I came all the way here to find her. There's no turning back now. In every mirror. Bathroom stalls in various states of disrepair. Welcome to S-23 Sierpinski, or Sierpinski. Look at me pretending I know how to pronounce German. You've been selected or have elected to be relocated by Aeon to S-23 Sierpinski. Located on Ling at the frontier of the solar system, S-23 Sierpinski is the perfect place for a new beginning. At our prestigious, redacted, vocational school facility, you will learn new skills to shape your future as a productive citizen of our wonderful nation. Here, you will learn all about mineral extraction, ore refinement, and munitions production, helping the war effort against the remnants of the Empire. I see. So that's why those cereals are banned. So it's Yusan versus the Empire. And of course, learning is not just about theory. Aeon lets you earn your share while practicing your new craft right at the workplace. Concerned about your family, friends, former colleagues? Ask a protector about our ration sharing plan. A portion of your ration marks will be sent to a beneficiary of your choice. Calculated to the minimal possible expense and then allow you to shave off even more. Lock is defective. This door cannot be opened. Concerning. It's locked. I need to get a visitor pass from the reception first. The surface access lift. I don't need to go back. Oh, so this was the way in. And this was a bathroom. Aeon facility, surface access, B1. A photograph taken on developing film. Despite the damage, Alina CO can still be seen on it. Someone different. It looks like the pigment was damaged by time and exposure to the elements. Nothing on the back either. There's a key card with a note taped to the window of the reception. Due to staff shortage, report new arrivals at classroom 4C, northeast. Pick up receptionist key. Picked up receptionist key. Used receptionist key. Someone's still watching. Corridor. Looks like I need to inspect the door before it'll show up on the map or not. Locked. Requires a key. Doesn't say what kind. Open. That's me. The rule of 6. Remember the rule of 6. Never carry more than 6 items on your person. Property is a privilege. Keep your pockets empty and your bag light. I see. The lock is defective. So 1 locked door, 3 broken. Oh dear. Open. Broken. A dead Yule unit. She's in a horrible state. Infected looking biocomponents are bulging out of her damaged shell. What happened to her that will cause this? Just checking. No entry. No entry. Open. A dead Yule unit. Why was she abandoned here? Okay, let's head down here first. Almost familiar, but not quite. Memorandum, wall safe codes. It has come to my attention that at least one worker might be aware of the code broadcasting frequencies for the Protector wall safes. Any workers connected to this leak are to be interrogated until the culprit is found. I'm restricting all radio privileges for workers until further notice. Adler. Very interesting. A name. Staff room. And this goes somewhere. Keep records. Protocol everything. Protocol everything. Are they using protocol as a verb? Remember, if you didn't write it down, it never happened. Get the right forms from administration and save your files frequently. I would think record would fit better here, but maybe it's on purpose. Service request form F-29. Date of filing service request form 84-21-4. Full protector ID of unit filing request Euler-S2309. Isn't that? No, those were full numbers, but this does sound familiar. Replica. Status staff. Department redacted. Full protector ID of unit processing request ARR-S2303. Replica. Service object. Mond and Tokter. High security wall safe. Numeric keypad. Location of object. Classroom 4B. Description. The wall safe in classroom 4B keeps resetting to the default combination. What's the point of the whole radio code broadcasting system if our safe can only be opened with the code in the manual? Well, sounds like I need to find a manual. That is a very harrowing noise for a safe system. But now we know that that's a symbol for saving. Let's head here forward. No. If it's going to lead into another corridor, I should finish exploring this one first. Library. Dictionary. Replica. Noun. Plural. Replicas. Kietizi or kitiz. Replica. Shortened from archaic replicat. Copy. Replica. Biomechanical person. Synthetic reproduction of a gestalt. Biological culture grafted onto an artificial endoskeleton and enclosed in a protective exoskeleton. Gestalt. Shortened from archaic or gestalt. Compare archetype, prototype. A person that is not a replica. Very interesting. So, it's strange because not a person, not a human. Simply not a machine. There's something there, but I'd be lying if I said I'm smart enough to read into it. An aperture card microfilm viewer. If I had an aperture card, I could view its content here. Man, I love these microfilm computers. I've used one only once in my life, but man, What a marvelous little machine. Basically, just a big old complicated magnifying glass. Can't look at any... A mirror? Why will there be a mirror in the library? Strangely, there's nothing on the desk that I can investigate. No, I could get back there. Nothing, though. Alright, out of here. Microfilm viewer. Alright, red, broken, green or yellow? I think that might be green, locked, blue is open. Alright. Other corridor now. Broken, open, broken, broken, open. Alright, continue as we go on. Let's explore every side passage first before going straight up or down. Now this looks like a classroom. Classroom 4B. No running in the hallways. No running in the hallways. Be mindful of your neighbors. Everyone can hear you run. It might be to a default code, but I don't know what that code is. Oh, hey. Interesting. So I can look at the controls at any time with escape. Huh. So if will bring me closer, but if there's a key that takes me back, I don't know it. Oh? What's this symbol for? Oh, it's probably just a marker to show where I am if I'm off screen for some reason. Nifty. Star, an Elster unit? You should leave this place. This facility is lost. Turn back before it's too late. I'm looking for this woman. Have you seen her? I don't know her, but she might be one of the workers. All Gestalt workers were sent to the mine below the facility. If she's still alive, she's probably down there. There's an access elevator to the mine shaft one level below, but you'll need an administrator's key to use it. Star, I'll be out of here as soon as this repair patch stops my bleeding. You shall get out of here too. I don't know who that woman is, but she's probably dead by now. If you still want to go, good luck. You're not a protector, so I can't tell you any more than I already have. They decommission us both. Huh. Pick up protector key. Picked up protector key. AULA. What does that mean? A magnetic key card for the observation room. Level 1, Protector, S-23. Oh, so the name is scratched out. Observation. Let's see. Alright, look at the 3 doors. It's locked. Classroom key required. Oh, I see. So that room down here in the main corridor, that must be the observation room. And with it, I'll either get to the wall safe or get into whatever's up there. Alright. Let's go. Save often. Protect the key. No cameras here, just a fan. Wait, if this is the observation room, maybe those cameras are on automatic then? The terminal is locked. It requires a password. Memorandum. Terminology. I announce the following by order of Aeon. Due to recent events, in accordance with the new Aeon Public Interest Media Regulation, AGM-87, the term redacted, which is currently in use in various Aeon facilities, is no longer permissible and must no longer be used. Premises and departments that are currently using the term are to be immediately renamed. Management personnel should black out the term from all signage and documents until replacement terminology is announced by Aeon. With immediate effect, usage of the term in conversation and correspondence is an offense, obscenity to the state, to be punished with 2 cycles of double work shift. It may not be easy, but we all have to do our part here. Always remember, our language shapes our world. A perfect world requires a perfect language. And what's this microphone thing? Can't seem to click it or the wire, so moving on. Pick up a pistol. And reason to use it, I imagine. Picked up the pistol. Pick up the aperture card. Ah, for the library. Picked up the aperture card. Type 75 pistol, user manual. The Type 75 pistol is a short recoil-operated locked breech semi-automatic pistol chambered in 10 by 20mm. This reliable, versatile handgun is a standard issue sidearm for Aeon Protector controller staff. Replica users. Remember to first equip the Type 75 pistol in the inventory screen to designate the pistol as your primary weapon for the targeting module. To deploy the weapon, hold right-click to disengage the safety and enter targeting mode, while in targeting mode, left-click and space, presumably, will both fire the weapon. R will initiate a reload. Remember, do not waste ammunition, for it is a resource of the nation. When a target is down, try to finish it off by kicking or hitting it with a baton to preserve ammunition. kicking it with my pointy little feet. Seems that's everything. A semi-automatic pistol with a laser sight, it seems. Fires 10mm. Is that a laser sight? I noticed there's a red line down near the bottom, too. Fires 10mm ammunition from a 10-round magazine. Easy to use, high rate of fire. Type 75 protector. Low damage but large magazine capacity and high rate of fire. That is a laser, but what is this red line near the bottom? It's already loaded. 10 bullets according to that bit at the top. Equip. A card with a piece of microfilm mounted inside. The text on the film is much too small to read with the naked eye. What's the button for kicking? Well, for now, I have to assume that kicking is automatically used when you try to fire a weapon without it aiming. But you'd have to be near an enemy. Well, games like this like to push you in the deep end as soon as you get your first weapon, so let's see what we got. Very... Knew I should have just fired. Wasted a bullet. Is it holding a cleaver? Okay, keep that in mind. If the reticle locks on, fire. I probably could have gotten the drop on it too. Don't have any other bullets. Oh, hello. You don't belong here either, do you? I'm Isa Ito. You should be careful. There's something wrong with this place. I don't know what happened, but it's probably dangerous to go any further. That's okay. I understand. I have something I need to do too. Take care. I hope you find who you're looking for. So the safe's manual is on a microfilm? I wonder if this is what this nation considers as standard for storage. Because microfilms are usually seen as archaic in today's world. Oh, oops. Mond and Doctor High Security Wall Safe, numeric. This wall safe complies with USON Public Safety Equipment Regulations 41 and 43 and features a high-density craft stall door secured with a numeric keypad. Proudly produced on Haymat by VEB Mond and Doctor Cray Sword Technic. Haymat. I believe that's something like Homeland. Instructions for use. Enter the code using the keypad. Press the confirm key in the lower right corner. If correct, a green light will light up. Rotate the dial on the left to open the door. To clear any previously entered digits, press the E key in the lower left. First time setup, enter the factory default code 204512 to open the safe. While the door is open, enter the desired new code in the keypad. Press and hold the confirm key for 10 seconds until the green light lights up. 204512. I wonder if I have notes anywhere. 3. Yeah, memory. There we go. Interesting. Okay. At least I didn't get hit. We're about halfway through our allotted time. Let's see. Let's see if I remember it. 204512. Yes. Pick up classroom key. Yes. Picked up classroom key. I was gonna see if it will let me reset the code for giggles, but apparently not. Magnetic classroom e-card for classroom 4C. Opens the classroom 4C doorway in the Aula on level 1. Aula. Aula. I wonder if that's an actual word. Looks like she managed to leave. Oh, how nice of her to leave some medical supplies behind. Pick up repair patch? Yes, picked up repair patch. Here it is. A sealed, single-use adhesive patch containing a coagulation agent to patch up damaged areas. Restores a small amount of health over time. Very interesting. Nerve for replica. Not from replica, or perhaps made for replicas. Unless I'm mistaken. Pick up 10mm ammo. 15. Yeah. Reload. Reloaded. Alright. Well, let's be on our way. Oh. That's lovely. Well, she did say one level down after all. There's a hole in the ground. It looks like I can drop down safely. Drop down the hole. The ceiling has collapsed. There's no way through. Now it shows up as a blockage. Broken Broken. No lock on. No lock on. South corridor. Open. Just making sure. Open. 4 air conditioners. Locked. It unlocks from the other side. Let's head to the left first. The elevator is out of order, you think? It's locked. West wing key required. The lock is defective. Oh, I don't like a single thing about this. Elevator controls locked. Insert protector identification. Pick up service hatch key? Yes. I need a protector identification card to unlock the elevator control panel. Worth a shot. Gosh, this game really nails its atmosphere. Laying orbital over flak, fabric, arbiter, Krankenflugel. That's such a nice name. Personal Protektoren, Führungskommando, Minenzugang. Okay, so orbital elevator shaft, perhaps? No idea what fabric or arbiter might be, or Krankenflugel. Personnel, though? Security? Commando makes me think some kind of command quarters. And down there is probably the mines. Vertical map of S-23 Sierpinski. Laying orbital surface factory. Interesting. It's not redacted on the map, but it is on here. Or is it? Workers Hospital Wing. Wait a second. Workers Hospital Wing Personnel Protectors Operational Command. How did I not see that before? Yeah, it's blacked out. So, what kind of elevator has seats in it? Well, whatever the service hatch key is for, it's not for here. Disturbing. Okay, if it's not for here, then it must be for further along. Oh, that's interesting. You walk much slower, but her steps are much more deliberate. That reminds me of something. Like, what does that remind me of? Like trying to move the stand of something and having it drag its feet along the ground. Trying to find an optimal position once you stop moving it. Block A6. Broken. 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 That doesn't look like an enemy. This one's fine. A corpse, then. Locked. Open. Service request form F-29. Data filing service request form 84-21-6. Full protector ID of unit filing request star-S2306. Replica. Oh, that's the one that we met earlier. Status guard. Interesting. Full protector ID of unit processing request error. So, star here was a guard. Service object, Himmel Type D automatic security door. Location of object, worker block A6 corridor. Description, the lock on the staff door in A6 is jammed again, requesting a locksmith. Service status, electronics reset key is nowhere to be found. I set up a lock-picking kit, but management bumped the elevator engines up in priority, so next shift we'll have to pick the lock. It's just trial and error at this point. Find me if you need a key to open the service hatch. Or ask management. Whatever. Funf. I am butchering every one of these pronunciations. A small tubular lock key. Nothing of note. Destroy. So I can't drop items, I can only destroy them. National Army 10 by 20mm full metal jacket cartridges. Not particularly powerful, but usually easy to find. I'm not missing anything, am I? Well, there are a couple of side corridors to explore first. What is that? Oh, it's a fan. Two cameras in this place. This must be some sort of quarters. A64. Diary. The protectors have been worried lately. They're hiding something. There's less of them than. Ration plan keeps changing. Alina says I am imagining. At them, I can feel their fear like it's my own. What are they scared of? Nothing else seems to be here. Oh, those aren't hanging corpses, they're hanging uniforms. Scrawled note. Kick them while they're down, kick them while they're down, kick them while they're down, kick them while they're down. Alina's diary. Feeling a little lightheaded today. I hope it's not that new flu that seems to be going around. I can't afford to miss any more shifts. That storch at the factory was chewing me out for what felt like hours for fainting at work the last time I got a cold. I haven't seen Elster the last few days. I hope she's okay. More and more people go missing in the mine lately, including replicas. Not even the protectors seem to be safe. Now that is who I'm looking for. Use service hatch key. Use service hatch key. Well, this is a whole load of stuff. An ultrasound sensor mounted to the side of the lock. It's connected to the lock picking device. I don't pretend to know. Okay, so... Okay, I think I'm understanding where this is going. Now, assuming this puts the key in, and I'm assuming that this is where the key enters, so... Let's see. I think that means this should be at its maximum depression. This should be 1. This should be maximum. And this should be... Okay. Let's start with all keys at the bottom, actually. How many positions of the key are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's a possibility of 7 different positions. We're gonna use this back as reference, so we're gonna say that's a position of 4. This one, it's either full up or full down. And I'm betting it's down. This one, though, only 1. Let's try this out. Close, but a little off. Looks like this one is a bit too high, and so is this one. There we go. Surprisingly close, though. North corridor. Locked. East wing key required. All of them are open. It unlocks from the other side. Interesting. So we have 2 doors that unlock from the other side. And I bet you that door on the far right is one of them. That unlocks the door lower down. Memorandum, wall safe codes. It has come to my attention that at least one worker... Alright. Six ammo. Disposable stun prods. Add a manual. Electro impulse devices. Due to recent events, all facility staff members are encouraged to familiarize themselves with the use of electro impulse devices. We've been supplied with a shipment of EIG-2 disposable stun prods for training purposes. Please refer to the enclosed handbook for more information. Electro impulse EIG-2. Generator? Gerard. The EIG-2 stun prod is a single-use, short-range, disposable, non-lethal solution for incapacitating non-cooperative individuals. It can be equipped to the tool slot in the inventory screen. Once equipped, it will be shown on the lower left of the inventory screen. The AIG-2 stun prod can be used with one hand while on the move and even while aiming another weapon. Once equipped, to use the stun prod, simply press C when facing a nearby enemy. Warning: high voltage electric discharge may arc to individuals close to the target. Use with care. Do not deploy on elderly, pregnant, or individuals with known heart disease unless absolutely necessary. Dispose of stun prod properly after use. A single-use stun prod? A single-use, short-range, high-voltage electroshock weapon can be used one-handed. Non-lethal weapon that instantly incapacitates all targets in range with arcing electricity. So what I'm hearing is that I can use this to down an enemy and then use kicking to finish them off without using ammo. Okay, it's used in the tool slot. No use. Okay, but it is used, as in I do have it equipped. Okay. And this is the manual, right? Okay. Don't know the code. Wonder weapon. I know that word anywhere. Wunderwaffen. Super weapons of our nation in the battle against the Empire. Falk units. I'm going to assume that this is basically the top of the line when it comes to replica units. Pick up East Wing key. Yes. What's this? Interrogation report. Subject worker S-23-A-6514 Wilhelm Chen. Offense: contraband found in locker. Result: confession. Punishment: no food. 3 cycles. Subject worker S-23-A-3054 Michaela or Michaela Wong. Offense: illegal use of radio. Result: confession. Punishment: ISO. 2 cycles. Subject worker S-23-A-4952 Wolfgang Wong. Offense: illegal use of radio. Result: expired during interrogation. Punishment: none. Well, can't really go further than that, can you? Subject worker S-23-A-3928 Franz Huo. Offense: obscenity to the state. Must have used that blacked out word that's been redacted. Result: passed out during interrogation. Punishment: double work shift. 2 cycles. Subject worker S-23-A-7331 Emily Huang. Offense: trespassing. Result: expired during interrogation. Punishment: can't go further than that. So this is the interrogation room? Jeez. You wouldn't think of it just looking at it. Wait, actually, 1 second. I can't look at those, but maybe pictures of who work here? A medic bay. Storage. Hang on first. A magnetic keycard for the worker quarters East Wing. East Wing, S-23 Logistics, kitchen access only for kitchen personnel. Alright. Yes. I'm guessing they stack. And this is a safe room. Nice. First aid. That's right. A butterfly box? The box is locked. It looks like it requires some sort of square-shaped key. Hang on. Anything nearby? No. Interesting. What is this? Evidence storage. Butterfly box. Okay. Okay, that one unlocks from the other side. So, here we go. Open. 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 Locked. Let's head up first. Makes me nervous that we've only seen one real enemy so far. I wonder how many this can stack up to. The stall is locked. Is someone inside? One shot. Tough thing. Protector bathroom. Eh? Oh, so... Okay, what's the limit then? 10 and I can carry 20. But I can't use an empty slot to carry more. Alright. Storeroom. Well, I know where to come back if I need to. Christ, what in the fuck is that? This is a kitchen, alright. It's locked. Mensa key is required. It keeps flashing a black bar. Disturbing. too far, maybe? I think that should be close enough. Okay, so they stay down longer than I thought. Euler. So this is what most of those that I'm killing should be. Simple universal light replica U. Always make sure you're keeping a full mag as long as you can afford it. Mensa key. 14. Wonder what that could mean. Magnetic keyword for the worker. Mensa. Mensa access. What is Mensa? No entry. The pantry. Nothing. Knew it was nothing, but still had to check. Service request form R-90. Data filing service request form 84-21-3. What an odd dating system. Full protector ID of unit filing request, Euler S2303 replica. Status staff, kitchen staff, workers' quarters. Object Euler RKM-7 spatial navigation module. Note, my mapping module is still defective and won't show any map data. I keep getting lost on my way to work and back. I had to sleep in a hallway last cycle because I couldn't find the staff elevator to get to my dorm. Please, I can't find my way around this place without a map. Mars. That's kind of sad, ain't it? A mapping module being needed to intuitively understand where things are in space. Being physically unable to learn, presumably going anywhere without it, without relying on pure luck, I suppose. Still dead. Still disturbing. In fact, let's go pick up the rest of that ammo. I believe it was here. Only one bullet, which all the more reason to pick it up. So that means 18. Okay. Mensa key. What is a Mensa? Two of them. Wasted more ammo than I'd like, but it was fine. Strangely though, that one didn't go down right away with a full locked-in shot. Wonder what that could mean. Jeez, I didn't... Let's see. I came in with a full mag and 18 bullets. So, if that was 6 bullets, then I must have used 4 bullets. Okay. Just a camera. Is that more ammo? Yes. I do wish it would say how much ammo was there. But now I know that if I need more ammo, I can come back here. Have I been here before? No. Anyone else? This one seemed to move particularly slow. Or are they all that slow and I haven't noticed it? Locked. Locked. This should be unlocked though. Unlocked. Great. If I'm lucky, they'll go down in one shot, but I should expect all of them to take at least 2. Open. Broken. Defective is such a weird word, though. To me, defective implies that it was built incorrectly in the first place. So to me, a defective door implies that it never opened properly. Let's head through first. So enemies can show up where you used to be. Dang it, I walked out. So that's wasted ammo. Oh, they stay down for a while. Only for a while, though. Dang it. But it looks like if they get up again, one shot should be enough to put them down. But it is good to see that time passes for them. So walking in and out again doesn't refresh the room. That's good to know. Let's try this. Is that star? Possible. I forgot I had these. About the administrator. From work shift controller to night shift controller. Due to recent events, some security technicians will be serving both work shifts and night shifts. Affected guard units: star-2304, 2305, 2306, and 2309. Affected controller units: STCR S2303, STCR 2306. Until an effective treatment is found or reinforcements are sent from Haymat, we'll all have to stay strong and do our best to keep the facility secure. Failure is not an option. Storch Saiban, STCR S2307. P.S. Keep an eye on the administrator unit. Since the incident, he's been acting stranger than usual. Without the commander to keep him in check, we'll have to ask Calibri for help. Pick up West Wing key. Arbiter. A magnetic key card for the worker quarters West Wing. West Wing access pass. Worker Alina Sio. That's the girl I'm looking for. What's your deal? Storch. You don't look like you belong here. You're an Elster unit, right? This facility is currently on lockdown. You shouldn't be here. I'm the Protector Controller on duty on this level. I don't know what kind of business you have here, but as you can probably see, we've got bigger issues right now. If you're looking for the commander, I have bad news for you. She got sick, and everyone else is getting sick too. That's really all I know about it. I'm sure the administrator knows more, but who knows where he is. I'm not going out there. I'm waiting here for new orders. Until then, I'm not taking any risks. So you're waiting by the phone. And if I'm not mistaken, she's cradling her head. So you're the one who put this order out. Rationing office. No wonder. You're not a... Well, you're not a controller, you're a protector. You're the security guard in charge of rations. Nobody important, in other words. Another bathroom? Worker bathroom. No space to carry broken key. 6 is the limit, eh? Well... do I risk putting this away? For now, I'll just have to be more mindful of stuff. Okay, so... West Wing key... that would be... over there. I'll use the key, then come back for the broken one. Pick up broken key? Yes, picked up broken key. A strange rectangular key with a butterfly wing pattern. It looks like part of it is missing. Because part of it is missing. An intricate butterfly wing made from colored glass is inlaid on one end of the key. Okay, head to the West Wing now. Well, actually, let's say I find the other half of the broken key and then I can't pick it up. I'll need to put this down. So I'm going to make a quick visit to first aid so I can store this. Christ. Down. Dang it. Okay, so just bumping into them results in you taking damage. Noted. I thought they would have to swing their weapon, but apparently not. Or apparently not always. Still listed as nominal, though. But is that heartbeat ticking a little slower? For now, I won't heal. The lift. Mineshaft A access. I need an administrator's key to call this elevator. Open, broken, broken. Three more bullets left in there. Two more bullets left in there. Is there nothing else in here? Alright. Apparently these things aren't too good at self-reflection. The other half was a broken key. Picked up broken key. I don't think it's broken though. The corners of the key are cut out in an irregular pattern. Hang on, there's a door there. Just my reflection. Registry. Broken. That's a lot of bandages on the girl I'm looking for. Search protocol. Protector, controller on duty, STCR S2303. Protector on duty, star S2305. Worker S-23-A-4A22. Helene Song. Confiscated items, watch ring. Residence, Storm A16. Workplace, political morals class. Arrested in ongoing investigation. Stolen radio. Original reason for transfer. Counter-revolutionary activity. Distributing flyers at university. Worker S-23A-3582. Julia Huang. Confiscated items. Medication. Residence, Storm A64. Workplace, mining operation A. Arrested on suspicion of bioresonance. Very interesting. Confiscated hydroxycarbamide pills have been sent to the medical wing. Special supervision request has been forwarded to Colibri. Worker S-23-A-0512. Alina CEO. Confiscated cosmetic box with butterfly inlay. Locked. Storm A61. Workplace factory. So she shouldn't even be in the mines. She was a factory worker. Collapsed at the workplace from exhaustion. Bunk was searched before transfer to medical wing. Worker S-23-A-2367. Heinrich Fukuyama. Confiscated fountain pen. Dorm A22. Workplace mining operation A. Recent transfer from factory. Arrested on suspicion of conspiracy against the state. So her only crime was collapsing from exhaustion. Yeah, that tracks. Oh, well, that's nice. No point trying to conserve ammo when you're that close. Hey, this is the other side of this door. Let's open the way first. And clear it out, because I bet you there's enemies on the other side. Or not. Alright, color me surprised. Alright, check the rest of the doors. Alright. Something is wrong here. frequencies: moon, sun, scales, rook, tree, sword. So that's the interrogation room. Isolation. Looks like people have died here. Pick up Repair Spray Plus. Picked up Repair Spray Plus. Sounds like a stronger healing item. A single-use spray gun to fill damaged areas with fast-curing polyurethane-based foam. Restores a medium amount of health instantly. Polyurethane resin can be used to fix and fill damaged hull sections. Hardens instantly. Interesting. Alright, let's go ahead and save and then open that box. Workers first aid, eh? If I'm not mistaken. Used butterfly key? Used butterfly key. A mysterious artifact is placed in the box. Pick up the Plate of Eternity. Picked up the... Oh shoot, I'm walking. This is the first place section that isn't point and click. If I'm not mistaken, this must be the top side of this place. Personnel. Rot Front Interplanetary Station 6. Technic. No map data. Inventory is as it is. And the door is open. Some sort of comm panel. To Radio Officer Young, Station 6. Dear Iris, I hope you and Ariane are both well. I've spoken to the officials at Aeon and they agreed that it would be best for Ariane to attend school in Sector C. I have a spare room she can stay in until she graduates. I know you two are inseparable, but we both know that it is best for your daughter if she receives a normal education in the city. Love, your sister, Camilla. More of those cereals. The door is locked from the other side. Those knives. Cleavers seem to be the only knife this universe knows. There's a replica radio module in the box. Not yet. REM-64 long-wave radio receiver module user manual. The REM-64 long-wave radio receiver module allows a replica unit to directly receive and process low-frequency AM amplitude modulation radio transmissions in the range of 50 to 250 kHz. The REM64 module is installed in the module slot behind the left ear of Generation 5 replicas. To access the module's functionality, open the inventory screen and press W to open the subsystem screen. The receiver module will show up on the far left here. To switch the radio receiver on and off, press F. You can adjust the frequency with Q to E. When the receiver is on, the frequency indicator will light up red and the spectrogram bars will begin to move. When tuned to a station with a subcarrier signal, the signal label will ignite. When tuned to a station transmitting a data stream, the data label will ignite, and the transmitted data will be displayed in the transcription field at the bottom of the screen. Rot Front Station 6. So I wasn't reading that wrong. Let's see what this is first. Some kind of special locking mechanism. There's some sort of speaker or microphone on the front. Well, it doesn't take a genius to figure this out. Set it to station 160. Installed. A radio module can receive radio transmissions. Access the radio module by pressing up in the inventory screen. When tuned to certain frequencies, automatically decoded messages will appear in the transcription window. NT forecast temp 2-6 Viz 30 Hum 8T Wind 2-5-220 End. Rot Front forecast temp. Okay. Tuner will hit burst test signal data. Okay, signal and data. Just seeing if there's anything else before I get to the hard signal. Alright, 160. That's a lot of numbers. I see. Is this not what it wants to hear? Now I have a radio. A heavy hexagonal stone plate. It feels warm to the touch. The surface appears to be made of smooth, polished black marble or granite, but there is something soft and wet inside. Not promising. Okay, let's see. Frequencies. Moon, sun, scales, rook, tree, sword. Well, let's see what we find. Start from the start, move forward. Two 204,512. That is the original safe code? Eight 9087. I'm not sure what this is. It's something, but not legible. Nine 7120. Is it just me, or is that diagnostic slightly on the fragmented side? Hey, now I know I saw something. Three 1898. Four 1946. Two 4286. So one of these is probably the safe code. Moon, sun, scales, rook, tree, sword. Safe is the only method forward, after all. That looks like a tree. One, 7, 8. Four, 1, 9, 4, 6. Dang it, did I get it wrong? Four, 1, 9, 4, 6. No space to carry identification card. Oh, time to put it down then. Identification card. An identification card for a member of the Protector medical staff authorizes access to the Protector elevator. Star S2320, Guard, Hospital Wing, Level 3, Cycle 3-9. And it's no longer marked. So this key should let me access the elevator. Unfortunately, since I don't know how close the nearest safe point is from there, and we have passed the 2-hour mark, we'll call things here. This is very intriguing. Needless to say, this has me hooked on both its story and its gameplay premise, and I can't wait to see more of it on my own time. But, of course, my own time being when I next record a video on this. Needless to say, this will be another playthrough. Alright, let's save. Thank you all for watching. We'll go ahead and pass things off to the outro guy. Take care. This game is very intriguing. Like, it definitely has me hooked. I want to see more of the game's lore and story. I need to see more of the game's world. I want to play more of the game. And that is a very good mark of the game, in my opinion. Maybe I'm old school. Maybe this fashion really appeals to me from my own personal history. But man, I want to play more of it. I need to see more of it. So much to the point that I don't even want to form a proper opinion on it until I borderline finish it. So, forget it. We're not giving it a proper review. This is gonna turn into a full playthrough. Subscribe if you want to see more of that, and be sure to follow. Otherwise, we'll see where this goes. Carmen, go ahead and sign us out. Thank you, and look forward to seeing more of this in the future. Take care.